Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the passenger side mount replacement on a ML 350 2004 model, but I believe it's the same on most of the MLs, whether it's a V8 or a V6 on the first generation. And this is a fairly simple task. I did the other mount a couple of weeks ago, never got around doing this one, so today's the day we actually finish the job and get this done. Well, I thought I'll just do a video while I do a quick change. So what you gotta do is make sure your car is cooler, because otherwise this manifold here is gonna burn your hands off. And take out the wheel. Take out the wheel well, then you have an access right in front of you. My bolts are rusty because this is rusty as heck. It's an 18mm socket to take out the top metal plate. So we're gonna take this off and then go at the bottom, take the two I believe it's 16mm nuts at the bottom of the mount. So I'll film it in a sec, and then we'll take off the Torx. It's straightforward, but I'll still show you how this actually goes. So start with the 18mm and take it off. Okay guys, the nut's off. The plate just wiggles out. There's enough room for it to come off. That's just the cover plate for it. One thing that'll make it easier for you is if you got rusty bolt like mine, just spray some WD-40 or something similar, like rust-free liquid or whatever, that works, and then just get it going a little bit. Otherwise you might actually break the bolt. Not that it matters, because you're gonna get a new one installed there anyway, but it's no fun breaking bolts just in general. So now this mount head here looks quite long to lift up the engine, and I don't want to stress on my new mount or the hoses or any other points that are attached to the vehicle. So we're gonna try and undo all these Torx bolts and then pull out it all together and lift the car. So this is an E14 socket, a couple of extensions. I loosened it just a minute ago just to see how tight it was, so let's crank it from there. I'll tighten it off. Alright, before we take any more bolts off, guys, we're going to put a jack under the engine. SUV is supported at the bottom now, the engine is. So now we can undo these E14 bolts that are holding up the mount. They hold up the mount to the block. Takes a bit of torque to break these open. Okay, now the lucky last. All right. Ah, there you go. It's out. Very tight clearance.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful when you lift it. Lift the engine with the jack, because you gotta be mindful you're not breaking anything plastic or rubber parts or even the other side mount by being too aggressive. And this mount seems to be in reasonable condition, but still I'm gonna change it because I bought the two, and just to be on the safe side, just replace them both. So now I gotta go underneath it and take off the 16mm, and then this will come off. Okay guys, so I had to fight the bolts at the bottom, the nuts at the bottom of the mount, and finally I got them off. by just literally destroying the old ones. So now this thing just comes off. You can literally just pull it out. And mine were really rusty, so they didn't want to come off. But it is done now. That's where the mounts sit. Good time to clean them up if you can. Vacuum and whatnot. But yeah, mine were sitting in the front two holes. You gotta remember that's the V6 mounting spots. But if you got the V8, it might actually go a bit back. I'm not 100% sure on that. Just be mindful when you take them off to see where they're actually mounted. That's the new mount. This is the old one. Not busted as bad as the other one. That's, you gotta check the other video to see. Now, with the new mount, you gotta remember, unless you got the original Mercedes and they got front written on it, you gotta see the thinner part over here goes to the front. That's how it sits. Okay, you gotta make sure that the mount's actually sitting like this, thicker part at the back, thinner at the front. Doesn't matter where these front stamps go on, because mine clearly have it at the wrong side. They say front here, but no, this is the one that goes to the front, the thinner part. So that's how we're gonna drop it in. Okay guys, so I'll put the new mounts on. New mount, I don't know if it actually fits it from here. Hang on, I'll move the camera up top. Okay, you can see there the new mounts on it. And these are the 16 mil bolts that usually go on right below it. So you can just keep them on loosely. And I'm going to tighten these ones afterwards. For now, I'm just going to keep it there so it just sits. So I'm just going to keep it like that for now and put the other one on. But mostly I'm going to work from the top first, so that I have a bit of a wiggle room to get the top mount on. So now we go here, and it's just a bit of a wiggly job to do. There we go. Okay guys, there was a slight change of plans. I had to actually make this mount completely loose from the bottom because it wasn't going on. And then I had enough clearance and a wiggle room to actually get this on. Yeah, to have these bolts sit properly, join them together. And now Rob's gonna lower the car slowly. Okay, trying to put the E14 on. Just line it up there and just get it on ever so slightly. Hey guys, we're not gonna tighten it fully. Okay guys, just learned from my own mistake. Don't let the alternator touch the tool, otherwise there'll be sparks flying everywhere. Okay guys, all the bolts are on. I'm not sure about the torque specs, so I'm just gonna hand tighten them for now. All I know is it's not supposed to be super crazy torque because it's all aluminum block and the bolts, and you can strip them easy. So if I get my hands on the correct torque specs, I'll post them below in the description. But for right now, just hand tightening them, not going crazy. So I've got those all set up. Now I'm gonna finish the top off by putting this plate on. Oh, actually, sorry. This is the way the plate goes. Goes on top. Then comes the washer. Then we have our 18 mil nut on top. Just make sure you're clearing all the cables and wires properly and not cutting anything by accident, because there's a starter wire that runs pretty close from the alternator. By the alternator, actually. Yeah, it's not from the alternator. That runs right next to it. Or is it from the alternator? Something like that. So be clear of this. The shield is sharp enough to go through those, so make sure you're doing it the right way. Grab the 18 mil now. So now just tighten it up here. Alright, there you go. That's tight enough. Like I said again, this doesn't have to be super tight. This tight is good enough. And now we'll just go back down and tighten the last two bolts. I don't know if the camera is gonna have enough light to catch it, but just go through here. There we go, just go through here, tighten both these, and that's it guys, the job is done. Lower the jack, and the passenger mount is completed. It takes about 40 minutes. This is how, in case people are wondering, this is how I supported my engine. Put a block of wood under the jack and then raise it safely. And that's it guys. If you like the video, please subscribe, and thank you to all the subscribers who've been showing love and subscribing already. And I'll keep more videos coming. Hopefully in the next few days I'll try to tackle these old crappy brake hoses, replace the rotors, throw some fresh fluid in there, and then do a bit of work on the brakes. I'm not happy with the way the brakes perform right now, so we'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.